Welcome, subscribers and guests. You're listening to DoublePlusMedia News. Let's go.
CNN. New satellite images show buildup of Russian military around Ukraine. More evidence has emerged of a steady buildup of Russian military equipment and deployments around Ukraine, with new satellite images revealing a further expansion of the military presence at multiple locations in Belarus, Crimea, and western Russia. Russian forces have moved into Belarus in the last 2 weeks. The Russian and Belarus defense ministries say the deployments are ahead of a major training exercise this month.
Commentary.
The exercise is how many troops can we get into surrounding countries before anyone does anything. I still do not understand Putin's plan here. Maybe he wants to be the hero of Russia. Obviously power, but power doesn't mean much if you get killed in the process acquiring it. I guess with Biden as president, a European war is on the table? Hold on to your butts, folks.
MSN. COVID in Europe. France follows Denmark and begins lifting restrictions. France has become the latest European country to begin lifting anti-COVID restrictions, despite a high number of infections. From Wednesday, face masks will no longer be mandatory outdoors across the country, while working from home is now only a recommendation. Stadiums, cultural venues, and outdoor venues are no longer limited to a certain capacity. Nightclubs will remain closed until a planned reopening on February 16th, but French citizens will require proof of vaccination or recovery to enter bars, restaurants, other venues, and use long-distance public transport.
Commentary.
See, the problem here is that the virus outpaced the vaccine. I can definitely see the unvaccinated making the claim that natural infection, a cold, is better than a vaccine designed for the original variant, and with these decreased restrictions, it's only a matter of time before they are all dropped in favor of natural immunity. It's either do that or take a 10% to 15% hit to your economy during a global recession, which will ultimately piss off the remaining 90%.
CTV. Report says cannabis has contributed $43.5 billion to Canada's GDP since recreational pot was legalized in October 2018. A new report says cannabis has contributed $43.5 billion to Canada's gross domestic product and $13.3 billion to Ontario since recreational pot was legalized in October 2018.
Commentary.
Well, there you have it, boomers. $43.5 billion added to GDP. Thanks, cannabis smokers, for helping contribute to society. Friggin' boomers. Good thing they were obsessed with the war on drugs. Dummies.
Daily Mail. NASA reveals plans to destroy the International Space Station in January 2031 by sending it plummeting into a spacecraft cemetery in the most remote part of the South Pacific Ocean. NASA has revealed plans to sink the International Space Station in the ocean in one of the most remote places on Earth, also known as quote-unquote spacecraft cemetery. This is expected to happen in January 2031, beginning with a gradual deorbit of the massive 930,000 pound facility, with the parts that don't burn up in the atmosphere coming down in an uninhabited area of the South Pacific called Point Nemo.
Commentary.
Yeah, this makes sense. Just toss her in the ocean, just like all the other trash. Or I don't know, maybe send it out into space? Or I don't know, maybe the sun? Probably can't do it though, cause then someone will sue over sunburn. Your space station caused me cancer. 6 million, please. Hope no one is traveling across this uninhabited space. I guess this was always their plan. Just ditch it in the ocean. Why not sell it to SpaceX, as they can actually go there and come back? Tourist attraction. So easy.
CTV. RCMP begins removing protesters' vehicles at Coutts border blockade. Many of them semi-trucks and trailers near the Canada-US border crossing at Coutts, Atlanta. However, some protesters refused to leave and secondary blockades were set up further to the north. The border crossing at Coutts has been effectively shut down since Saturday, when the mass of people and vehicles arrived in support of a nationwide protest against pandemic health measures.
Commentary.
Haha, I wonder how long this is gonna take. It's gonna take forever to remove a single semi. Plus the truck protest GoFundMe has around $10 million $Enos. I'm guessing this will cover a lot of truck or towing tickets. Better count on that border remaining shut, folks.
Euro News. Big Tech should reimburse the victims of online scams, British lawmakers say. Big Tech companies whose online platforms carry advertisements for scams should be made to reimburse victims as part of wider efforts to combat a growing epidemic of online fraud, British lawmakers said. While banks have signed up for a voluntary code to reimburse fraud victims who do enough to protect themselves, there is not sufficient regulation governing social media and other websites where victims are often first lured in.
Commentary.
When is this done anywhere? Since the birth of the internet, users were aware of the potential scams. What we need is education. Address the roots, not the leaves. Also, just better scam reporting in general. I should be able to go to a scam website and look up previous scams. Sure, it won't stop every scam, but at least I have a reliable place to look. Quit sending money to anonymous Bitcoin addresses.
Thanks for listening, and a double plus thanks for likes, comments, and subscribers.